On television, first, the headlines. Over 90% of the basic infrastructure of Ibri Industrial City is achieved. GCC Ministers of Justice discuss in Muscat enhancing legal and judicial cooperation in civil, commercial and criminal issues. And the Capital Market Authority approved the allocation of OQ Gas Networks shares as the subscription exceed 4 billion Omani riyals. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. The accomplishing percentage at the basic and logistic infrastructure of Ibri Industrial City exceeded 90%. That came during a meeting of Her Excellency Ibtisam bin Ahmed Al-Farrujiya, Undersecretary of the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion for investment promotion with business owners in the Governorate of Al-Dhahira. The meeting reviewed challenges facing investors as well as the investment opportunities available at the industrial sector. The basic and logistic infrastructure at the Ibri Industrial City includes internal roads, water and electricity networks, natural gas pipelines, internet and sewage systems. Ibri Industrial City enjoys a strategic location as it is close to two border posts of United Arab Emirates and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The strategic location will play a vital role in attracting investments and potential investors from inside and outside the Sultanate of Oman. The 33rd meeting of Their Excellencies the Ministers of Justice at GCC countries discussed in Muscat enhancing legal and judicial cooperation in civil, commercial and criminal issues. During the meeting, the Initiative for Legal and Judicial Cooperation Development, which includes organized framework for or to facilitate procedures. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Mohammed Al-Saidi, Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs. His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamad Al-Busaidi, Foreign Minister, received a phone call from His Excellency Sergei Lavrov, Foreign Minister of the Russian Federation. Both parties discussed the recent developments in the region and the repercussions. The two ministers affirmed on the importance of stopping the cycle of violence and aggression, as well as restoring or resorting to peace based on law, justice and international legitimacy. They as well discussed other regional matters, including efforts to reach consensus between the warring parties in Syria. His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamad Al-Busaidi, Foreign Minister, received a phone call from His Excellency Hussein Al-Sheikh, the Secretary General of the Executive Committee of Palestine Liberation Organization. The two sides discussed the current developments in Palestine in view of the current Israeli escalation against Gaza. They as well reviewed the regional and international efforts for de-escalation, release of prisoners and opening humanitarian corridors for the people of Gaza. Leadership Capabilities Improvement Symposium was organized by the Ministry of Labor in cooperation with the Omani Society for Human Resources Management at Oman Convention and Exhibition Center.
Improvement of administrative and leadership competences, learning about the principle of successful leaders and guidelines for young leaders, as well as leadership qualities are the most prominent areas of focus within the Leadership Capabilities Improvement Symposium, organized by the Ministry of Labour in cooperation with the Omani Society for Human Resource Management at Oman Convention and Exhibition Center.
Today we are happy to be here with the start of the symposium of Dr. Robert Hogan for leadership concept he tried during the symposium and during the workshops during today. It's to emphasize, to pay attention for the important topics about the skills and competences, which is we try to inject it in our employee in the private and government sector.
The symposium witnessed an attendance of about 250 general managers, executive directors, and human resource and training managers from the public and private sectors alike, who discussed new evaluation methods for leaders, how to build high-performance teams, and promote effective values in organizing teamwork.
What we do is core human resources consulting. We help organizations organizing their internal HR policies and procedures. So we work with the organization to also develop their people and to identify, and that's very important, we work it through the Hogan assessment methodology and systems to identify the high potential, be it in the private sector or in the public sector.
The symposium also shed light upon the ways of women influence in the field of leadership and innovation, in addition to examining the power of self-aware leaders in the process of achieving the best decisions and high levels of excellence in performance.
The Capital Market Authority approved the allocation of OQ Gas Networks shares as the subscription witnessed a total coverage of approximately 14 times, with an amount crossing the barrier of 4 billion Omani riyals. The volume of collected subscriptions were 6 times above the intended amount for the individual category and 29 times above the intended target for the corporate category. The Capital Market Authority sought to expand the pool of participation in a manner that achieves the intended balance and promotes the stock market as one of the effective sources of income to contribute to the national economy. With the number of subscribers reaching 156 subscribers for the individual category, the Capital Market Authority approved a minimum distribution of 3,300 shares, with each subscriber getting 5% of the remaining shares. The authority allocated 4.5% of the IPO to the local institutions who competed for allocated shares of 59,420,000 Omani riyals. Likewise, the authority also approved the company's proposal for regional and international institutions categories, as the allocated shares for this category reached 59,420,000 Omani riyals. Still to come in our news bulletin. Arab Regional Cybersecurity Center headquarters in the Sultanate of Oman creates 5 Guinness World Records. Welcome back. Dhofar Governorate witnessed an increased demand for conference tourism, with the number of events, exhibitions, seminars, and conferences growing over the past years. This year, the majority of the events during Kharif season were official meetings and conferences both at the local and regional levels, followed by training programs and seminars that focused on information technology, business management, culture, and medicine. Resorts and hotels were the main venues for organizing the official meetings, conferences, and seminars, as they are equipped to meet the requirements for holding these functions. With demands for holding more events, organizers are eager to prepare new facilities and venues, calling for more investment in this line of business. His Excellency Engineer Salim bin Nasser Al-Aufi, Minister of Energy and Minerals, visited the Energy Innovation Exhibition, where he met with a group of graduates from the University of Technology and Applied Sciences in Muscat. The exhibition included showcasing innovative solutions proposed by graduate students, including creating bioenergy from waste materials and water treatment solutions using solar energy. The meeting also included a special seminar where His Excellency the Energy and Minerals Minister and a panel of experts discussed issues on sustainable energy and alternative sources. Arab Regional Cybersecurity Center, headquartered in Oman, created 5 Guinness World Records with events of the 11th Regional Cybersecurity Week from October 9th to 12th in Abu Dhabi. These records are for the most expansive cybersecurity attack simulation model, featuring over 50 experts, the largest cybersecurity attack simulation contest, drawing participation from 11 global organizations, a cybersecurity competition with representatives from over 30 countries, setting a record for participant diversity, the largest city-based threat simulation in cybersecurity, and the largest number of nationalities participating in a lecture to spread awareness on cybersecurity, with attendance of over 500 people. The Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion, in cooperation with the Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Al-Dakhiliya Governorate, organized a workshop on combating money laundering. The event was presided over by His Excellency Sheikh Saleh bin Diab Al-Rabi'i, the Wali of Nizwa. More details in the following report.
Targeting owners of institutions and companies in the precious metals and stone sectors and accounting and auditing firms, the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion, in cooperation with the Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Al-Dakhiliya, held a workshop on combating money laundering.
Our main aim was both two sectors, which is precious metal dealers and gemstones, and the accounting sector. They are the main two sectors which the ministry is supposed to give them a full idea about this process, what's required from them in the process of, because as you know, with the coming month there will be a visit in international auditing to the Sultanate.
The workshop familiarized owners of the companies within the sector of precious metals and stones and the auditing and accounting fields with an illustration of money laundering crime, the stages, risks to the national economy, and the most significant requirements to combat money laundering and financing terrorism.
Our main concern is now that these both sectors should know more about what's going to happen in the few coming months. We are requiring them to assign an anti-money laundering officer whom will be able to contact us directly and will be able to provide them with more training regarding these topics.
The event also highlighted the laws and legislation regulating the crime of money laundering, due care for customers, keeping information and records, and reporting suspicious transactions, in addition to the damages of tax evasion and ways to address them. Applying the measures imposed by law to combat money laundering and financing of terrorism will bolster the contribution of the targeted sectors to the social and economic development. From the Wilaya of Nizwa, Saleh Khalfan al-Rahbi, Al-Dakhiliya Governorate.
This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Over 90% of the basic infrastructure of every industrial city is achieved. GCC Ministers of Justice discuss in Muscat enhancing legal and judicial cooperation in civil, commercial and criminal issues. And the Capital Market Authority approved the allocation of OQ Gas Network's shares as the subscription exceeds 4 billion Omani Riyals. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night and have a lovely weekend.